New on Curiosity Stream. Deformed trees, mutated wildlife, and no humans for miles. 10 years after the disaster at Fukushima, see what this irradiated ecosystem can teach us about nuclear fallout on Radioactive Forest. Plus, looking for the most diverse marine life on the planet? Dive into the Coral Triangle and experience a frenzy of wildlife you've got to see to believe on nature's greatest secret. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too-big-to-fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Live Day. Tomorrow, guys. Live Day is tomorrow. Our show, The Men's Room, doing everything live. We got sound effects, commercials, music. There'll be nothing pre-recorded on Live Day, baby. What else could go wrong? It's 2020, right? What else could go wrong?
And I love the one texter suggested that we all rock sports jerseys because we've lost sports in 2020. I mean, granted, it's still there, but we can't go to games, so we're going to treat this like we're going to a game, and we're going to rock our favorite jerseys.
I actually have a great collection to pick from. I'm pretty stoked. And a lot of us are bringing in multiple jerseys, so we'll do wardrobe changes.
Wardrobe changes. You can watch this on Facebook. Woo! Skip work. Watch us change jerseys.
Watch me take my shirt off.
Oh, is that going to happen?
Well, I mean, I'll have another shirt on underneath it to make sure I don't shock people.
Okay.
Yeah. Come on. I mean, I don't want. People be eating their breakfast, Steve. Yeah, you can listen to Facebook Live. I mean, you can listen to Live Day on Facebook Live and watch it, too, as a matter of fact. You can stream it on The Rock, too, at KISW.com. Want to thank the advocates for presenting Live Day. You want all the info? You got it. KISW.com.
Let's play B-Mix. It's time to play the game. Yeah. So everybody scream his name. B-Mix. Don't be a loser. Whoa. B-Mix. You're a loser.
It is time to B-Mix. It's time to bump it up from Monday. I'm going to try. Get pumped up. I'm going to try. Thank goodness Live Day is tomorrow. Yeah. Thank the gods.
Yeah, get excited for it. I'm stoked because we're going to be singing, going to do that karaoke challenge.
You love that stuff. I'm nervous as all hell about it.
I got to start listening to Right Now by Van Halen.
You haven't worked on your lyrics yet? Like memorizing them?
Well, I don't have to write the lyrics. They're there.
Well, I know, but you have to know them.
I wish I could be like Steve. 0 F's given.
Same. I am Steve. I haven't even looked at the song yet.
Well, hi, Steve. It's nice to see you. I am Steve. I mean, I don't have to write the lyrics. I don't have to memorize the lyrics. I can print them up right in front of me. Boom. Right now.
Done.
Hey.
Oh.
Wow. Did somebody invite Sammy to our show? Is he here?
I cannot wait till tomorrow. Sammy Hagar can sing. I can't.
Oh, that's right. Okay. But it was just such a great impression.
The lyrics is the least of my issues.
You know what? Finally, I agree with you.
All right, then.
Something we all can agree on.
Oh, I am so stoked for tomorrow. Let's get to our contestant today. We got Jackie in Kirkland. Jackie, are you there?
I am. Good morning.
Good morning. All right, Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, Jackie will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Jackie, you can pass all you want, but you'll only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Let's do this.
Who won a Grammy Award for his song I Left My Heart in San Francisco?
Pass.
Zoology is the scientific study of what?
Animals.
Yes, the wreckage of the Titanic was discovered in which mid-'80s year?
84.
No.
86.
No.
80. 5.
Yes. Finish the title of the fairy tale, Jack and the what?
Beanstalk.
Yes. In which recent year did Disney release the Dumbo, Aladdin, and Lion King remakes?
2017.
No.
2018.
No.
2016.
No. Which state is nicknamed the Empire State?
New York.
Yes. Cisco had a famous song about what article of clothing in its title?
Song.
Yes. In what round of the NFL draft was quarterback Tom Brady selected?
Round 6.
Yes. What was the name of the book and movie about Motley Crue?
Oh, crap. Pass.
How many feet are in 7 yards?
21.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Correct.
Not bad.
No, there's some good ones there.
I have a question
Wow.
for that Empire State. Would you accept Coruscant as an answer?
No.
Because that's where the Empire was.
It's not. Oh, jeez.
Hey,
Someone's been watching a lot of Star Wars.
Sure have.
Yeah, you watched the Mando then?
I've watched the Mando, been watching Rebels. I'm all caught up, baby.
Man, you are just a big Star Wars nerd.
Well, I love it. I know, because people told me that cool stuff was going to happen on Mando this season, but, there were characters that I didn't know anything about, so I started watching Rebels to get caught up.
I love how much research you're putting in for it.
Well, yeah, I don't like to be the guy that's not in the know. I get Star Wars shamed a lot by some of my younger friends. You didn't watch Clone Wars? You didn't watch the Rebels? What's wrong with you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Steve, are you ready? Nice. Who won a Grammy Award for his song I Left My Heart in San Francisco?
Oh, Steve got this.
In San Francisco. It's Frank Sinatra?
No.
Elvis Presley?
No.
Crap. Who is D. Martin?
No. Zoology is the scientific study of what?
Animals.
Yes. The wreckage of the Titanic was discovered in which mid-'80s year?
84.
No.
85.
Yes. Finish the title of the fairy tale, Jack and the what?
Giant peach?
No.
Beanstalk.
Yes.
Nice.
In which recent year did Disney release the Dumbo, Aladdin, and Lion King remakes?
Ooh, 2018.
No.
2017.
No.
2019.
Yes. Which state is nicknamed the Empire State?
New York.
Yes. Cisco had a famous song with what article of clothing in its title?
Thong, 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 thong.
Yes. In what round of the NFL draft was quarterback Tom Brady selected?
He was the 6th round draft pick.
Yes. What was the name of the book and movie about Motley Crue?
The Dirt.
Yes. How many feet are in 7 yards?
21.
Yes. And Steve, you win 9-7. Sorry, Jackie.
Nice game, though, Jackie. Nice game.
Yeah, you did good.
Thank you. I'll get them again. Don't worry.
That's all. You keep trying, Jackie.
Yeah, it's fine. She didn't know the dirt.
And I couldn't think of the name of the dirt. I was thinking of everything but the sickness,
Really?
the illness. I was thinking of all these things.
The burrito.
Yeah. The burrito.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. He deserves it.
Yeah. The only one you did miss, actually, she did not get correct either. Who won the Grammy for I Left My Heart in San Francisco?
Tony the Bee.
Yes.
Bennett.
Tony Bennett. Yep, one of them old guys singing, and you picked all the other old guys there singing.
That's the only one that I would have got right. I think Steve would have still beat me because I couldn't remember the dirt. I was like, oh, I'm so mad at myself because I couldn't.
Such
I couldn't
a
get
great
it.
book.
I haven't actually read the book.
It's sad that I've read a book before you.
I know.
It really
it's
is.
kind of interesting, actually. Well, congratulations on your win. It counted today.
Yeah, that's all you got to do, man. But you know what? If you beat Steve, I get a song. So think about that, people. Okay, just think about that. I don't know if you've checked out this video. It's on the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com. There's a couple of teenage girls at a drive-through zoo, and their reaction when a cow stuck its head inside their window, pretty awesome.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Callie, get it out. Ew, it's slobbering. Go.
That's so awesome.
That's also the reaction of high school girls when I was in high school and they got on the bus and saw that I was sitting on the bus. It was like, get out. Sad. He's slobbering.
Yeah,
he's slobbering.
Right. He's drooling.
That is the exact same reaction.
Get him outta
Look at
here.
him. He's drooling at us.
Yeah.
Get out.
Oh, man. Now, here's the thing. These girls, though, I'll tell you right now, they have something that other Americans don't have, and that is they have seen a cow in real life. I guess they did a survey of Americans between the ages of 11 and 24 years old, and half of those folks, I guess between 11 and 24, you don't get to see a lot of cows.
Wait, someone actually said, I wonder how many people in this country have not seen a cow, and they decided to do research on this.
Are you saying that maybe we're wasting money with some of these research projects?
I'm just shocked we haven't done this sooner.
Yeah, this does seem random. All right, 11 to 24-year-olds. What do you think? Have they seen cows? I don't know. Time for a research.
I hope they did a recount because I want to make sure that these are the right stats.
Well, some of the people didn't want to do all the counting. They were like, we're done. Okay, we know how many people.
Who hasn't seen a cow? Has everyone here seen a cow?
You mean up close, like in person?
Yeah, not on like the movies.
Well,
or
that's
the
important to say.
Or driving by seeing a cow.
At least have seen a cow at some point, and physically seen a cow.
That's why this is so bizarre, because I feel like I feel like that happens to everybody unless we're so urban, a lot of us, that we never get out of the city. So therefore, you would never have the opportunity to see a cow between the ages of 11 and 24. I would just think that if you live rural,
that's a good point.
At some point, you're going to see a cow.
I think about when growing up in Brooklyn. I mean, obviously there wasn't a lot of cows to be seen, unless they were already butchered, and that doesn't count, does it?
I bet between the ages of 11, but your family probably took you to some places.
Yeah, when we would drive upstate, and then all of a sudden my mom would be like, look at the cows.
Oh, yeah.
And then we would all be like, oh, Dad, slow down. I want to look more at these cows. And then we would know, it's about to rain because the cows was it laying down or something stupid?
What? Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
I've never heard of that before.
Is that a truism, really? If the cows are laying down?
If cows are laying down, I was told that means that rain is coming.
Wow. I wonder why they don't want to stand in the rain.
I thought that is it not true? Have I been lied to by my mother my whole life?
It's very possible, but I don't know. I remember hearing that.
Next phone call is going to be awkward.
I remember hearing that old wives' tale.
I thought that was just something that we all knew.
Yeah, I forgot it, but I remember when you said it. But there's a lot of things that were said to us as kids that may not have been true.
It says it on Google.
So it's true.
Yeah.
Well,
Vicky
I've seen
said
some
no.
stuff that said it's an old wives' tale because it's not likely because cows lie down for many reasons and there's no scientific evidence that the rain is one of them.
City folks just don't get it.
And what are you reading, Danny?
The Google.
Yeah, no. Well, it says it's the saying, and it says it's true, but it could be wrong.
You're both looking at the same page, and you've given us both different answers. You're saying it's true, and Vicky says it's not true.
Well, he's on Chrome, she's on Explorer. That's the problem.
That is pretty wild. I mean, this is the story of our lives.
Well, also, I found an article that says sometimes they do lie down when it's chilly, but they also lie a lot of other reasons. Literally in the article, they say they do that, but they also lie down for a lot of.
I feel like that was what Vicky just said.
Yeah.
Well, my mistake. I'm sorry. I meant to say mistake, and I read someone said there was a recount because they made a mistake.
Oh, that's
and then
awesome.
it got in my head.
You didn't do that on purpose?
No.
That was even better then.
You know what? This show, it's only been an hour in. We were off the rails.
Well, no, we're talking about cows.
Okay, yeah.
Have you ever petted a cow or been like that close enough to touch a cow?
Yes.
Yay. Most people, I feel like, I think it's cool. I feel like it's something that like not a lot of people get to do, and like it's nice because cows are just like big dogs.
Cows are just like big dogs.
Yeah.
Somebody please write that down and put it on Wikipedia under cow descriptions.
Vicky, have you ever had a tomato?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay!
There's so much bad in the world. We got to celebrate the little victories.
Tomatoes are just like small watermelons. Yay!
But not really.
And then also you go to like Rose in Tacoma says if you go to a fair, you've probably seen plenty of cows. Although fairs didn't happen this year, so Gen Z suffered.
That's a really good point. Which is amazing then, still half of 11 to 24-year-olds who you would think would be able to go to a fair have not seen a cow. And I got to be thinking that some people don't get out of the city. You know, you could be, because you got to go to Puyallup if you want to go to the fair. And some people may just, I'll be honest, I haven't been to the fair ever since I moved here. I have never been to
we got to change
Washington
that.
State Fair. And I'll tell you why. It's been traffic. It's always traffic. I'm like, I just don't want to deal with it. But now, if they had it, I'd go because there's no traffic.
It's never been that bad. At least when I go to the fair, and I live in Puyallup, I've never had the issue of the traffic that people. I mean, it's there. I guess if you go during peak times. But
well, I mean, you already live in Puyallup.
Yeah.
There's also the traffic of going south in the first place.
That's true. Yeah, a 167 is a bitch.
Mm-hmm. Here's Steve. I don't understand what the traffic's all about. It's in the Puyallup Fair. I live in Puyallup. Like, oh yeah.
So you don't like traffic? Yay!
How about this though? 43% of the people in this survey, this is going to have never gone camping. Do you believe that?
Man.
Wow. Yeah.
Even us city folk, we went camping every year.
27% of the people have never seen the sunrise. Have you guys seen the sunrise? Now, seeing the sun go down, well, yeah, that's easy. But have you seen a sunrise?
No, I've never seen the sunrise, BJ.
Boo.
Boo.
Dude, every morning we see the sunrise. It's rising right now.
It's beautiful right now.
I was sort of, excluding before we did this job.
I mean, at some point you had to have seen the sunrise.
27% haven't.
That seems doable. I mean, finding a cow
Yes,
may be difficult.
doable.
But I mean, just stay up or wake up early.
See, the sun's out there. Cows? You don't know where cows are.
Are people lying, or are they they always get up late and never get up until like noon or
Yeah,
something?
what kind of lifestyle? I guess they're in their 20s or a teen, so I mean, you're not really waking up early unless it's for school.
See, again, it's
Staying-
11 to 24 years old.
But you're staying up all night.
All-nighters, yeah.
Like, I mean, that's when you get to do all the dumb stuff and stay up all night and watch the sun come up because you've been playing, 36 hours of Magic the Gathering.
Oh, there's that.
But you might not have the window open or the blinds up.
That's a good point. If you're
City folks just don't get it.
If someone says when cows are laying down, that means that fishing is no good for the day.
That's another one. Go look that up and see what multiple answers and hashtag fake news we can get about that. Well, this is not hashtag fake news. This is real news. The Seahawks did lose a tough one yesterday. Yeah. Those damn Bills. Yeah. We're going to recap the game with Mitch Unfiltered. Mitch Levy joining us at 7:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
New on Curiosity Stream. Can we prevent cancer? Explore how our diets, lifestyle, environments, and even technology can possibly prevent this deadly disease on how not to get cancer. And the Boston Marathon. From glory to tragedy to rebirth. The long-distance race by which all others are measured. Narrated by Matt Damon, it's the trailblazing documentary, Boston. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
BJ, this is going to be tough.
Yeah, it is.
But we got to do it.
Yeah, we do.
Tough loss yesterday from the Seattle Seahawks, but we always love having our next guest on. Please welcome to the show from Mitch Unfiltered. It's Mitch Levy.
Yeah, here he is.
I thought it was only fun to have me on after wins.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Do you love you don't love having me on after losses, do you?
Epic defensive meltdowns also counts.
Yeah, I actually, Mitch, I've been looking forward to it myself because if anybody can give me any hope in the midst of what happened yesterday, it's you. So what do you got? What do you got for me?
Really? Is that my role to give you hope? I didn't know that was my role to give you hope.
Well, I said
you are our Russell Wilson.
I said you were the only one that could give me hope. I didn't say you had to.
7 sacks?
Yeah.
Is that hope?
I will say this. I've been giving you praises. I've been going on the social networks and basically saying, Mitch has been saying defensively, this team is a mess. And, it finally came to show yesterday. I'm sure it was a combination of a lot of things, but defense definitely was a part of it.
Well, yeah, it's a defensive mess. I don't know that it was just yesterday. Just yesterday, maybe they lost. They've been a mess all season except for maybe the San Francisco 49ers game. But, it was not good. And I don't know what really to say except there were some good things. They got 7 sacks. And they haven't had 7 sacks in a game in years and years and years. And the new addition, Carlos Dunlap, had a nice day. Came up with a sack and got close to home. I don't know really what hope you want. They've been a team that's put their offense in a position and their quarterback in a position where they've had to be great all year. And the quarterback has been great. He's been an MVP and he's won games for them. But yesterday we saw what happens when the quarterback is human. The quarterback was not great yesterday. The offense was not great yesterday, and they lost the game going away. So
what I saw, Mitch, at least from the press conference, I tried to read between the lines of Russell Wilson, who's always Mr. Positive. What I saw was that the quarterback was not great, and I believe it might be because the quarterback thought he had to basically do it all on his own. Like his offense was the only way that was going to win that game, and therefore he made some statements that made it sound like he took chances, and I wonder if he would have taken those chances if he saw that his defense could at least stop them. And I don't know if you got that impression, but I got the impression like the only way we're going to win this game is if Russell is insanely great, and if that's in Russell's head, that might lead to some really bad decisions, and making some crazy throws just because he knows he's got to score a lot of points.
I don't know that I see that. I think Russell plays his game every week. I think Russell is the type of guy who doesn't really identify that his defense is really all that bad. I think he thinks of his teammates as being great, and he plays his game. And he makes, on certain cases, on certain days, mistakes, and he wasn't sharp yesterday. I don't think it was that he felt like he had to do more than he had to do. I just thought he wasn't sharp, and he missed some throws, and he threw the ball away, and he got sacked a couple of times, and he got stripped a couple of times, and I think those things happen. I think that the bigger issue is their pass defense, their secondary, Quentin Dunbar, the lack of Shaq Griffin. They're just not playing well. They're just not playing well. And you throw that in with the coaching and the defensive philosophy. I mean, you watched it yesterday. Guys playing off of receivers by 15 and 20 yards, giving up plays, and it was a disastrous performance by the secondary yesterday. I think that's what it really comes down to. They did okay against the run, even though Buffalo didn't try to run it. I mean, Buffalo, why would any team try to run it against this team?
Right.
You
they should come in and throw it every down like Buffalo did.
You make a good point, Mitch, because Michael Bumpus was talking about this on Game Day yesterday on Q13 Fox, and he said, because he said, look, we would study film, and he said if you looked at the film of Buffalo last week, the game they played last week, they ran all over the place.
Over the place.
And I would ask you, because you've been talking about Ken Norton all season long, and we're talking to Mitch Levy, by the way. Don't get the latest podcast, Mitch Unfiltered, which drops everywhere you get podcasts. I know Apple Podcasts and like that. Yeah. MitchUnfiltered.com. But Michael said, they probably prepared for the run and were just caught completely unaware that they didn't run pretty much at all. Does a better defensive coach, does a better one make adjustments before halftime about that? Do they pick up the fact that, these guys aren't going to run at all? Or, because I can see how you can be caught with your pants down if you thought they're going to run the ball and they didn't run the ball at all. Is that Ken Norton's fault that they don't make the adjustment quicker, or are we just the defense just?
Well, I think we got to be careful. I mean, we've been very tough on Ken Norton. I don't think he should be the defensive coordinator. I didn't think he should have been the defensive coordinator at the end of last year. But remember, Pete Carroll is the head coach. Pete Carroll is a defensive guy. Pete Carroll has his hands all over the defense of this team. So you've got to discuss him when you discuss defense and coaching. That's number one.
Yeah.
Number two, do they get caught with their pants down? I don't know. I don't know that they did. They've been a bad pass defense all season. And what I consider to be more of an error on the coaching staff's part is, they stayed with guys yesterday, in particular 22, Quentin Dunbar.
Yeah.
Who was hurt. They say he was hurt. He wasn't playing well. I mean, it was one of the worst performances by a defensive back you will ever see. They stayed with him just about the entire game before they took him out.
Yeah.
And it was obvious to everybody who was watching. It was obvious to you, BJ. It was obvious to me. It was obvious to everybody watching that he couldn't play yesterday.
Yeah.
And so why not take him out? If he can't play, take him out. And they stayed with him for 3.5 quarters, and by the time they took him out, it was too late. So I don't know that they get caught with their pants down thinking that the Bills are going to run the ball. I think more importantly, they play soft, they don't play aggressive, and they had guys in the game yesterday that shouldn't have been in there. And until they get healthy, I mean, they've got no chance when they're not healthy. They might have no chance when they are healthy. So we have to wait and see. Will Griffin play this? Griffin's going to be a free agent at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And I said yesterday, and I'll say it again here on your show, he made a lot of money yesterday by not playing. He wants a lot. He made his case yesterday by sitting out and watching the Seattle defense without him. I don't even think he's all that great. I mean, I think he's a good player. He's going to want a great player's compensation package at the end of the year. But they got to get him back. They got to get Dunbar healthy. They've got to have Jamal Adams on the field, not just for the first game yesterday. And then, they've got to play aggressive, a little bit more aggressive, and challenge people.
Well, the good news is their schedule is going to get softer, obviously, because it seems like the NFC West isn't as great as we thought it was, because we're the best so far of this division. And we saw yesterday the Cardinals lost the Dolphins. Either the Cardinals aren't as good. We know you said it. The Cardinals aren't as good as we thought they were just because they beat us. And the Dolphins are probably we're lucky we got them early because they seem to be getting better and better. So I feel like the hardest part of our season is relatively over. And at least in my opinion, I think the Bills might be the last big challenge that we have, because they showed us, a good team can beat the crap out of our defense.
Well, yeah, I think the schedule ultimately gets softer. I don't think it gets softer this week. I think the Rams are playing good football, and the Rams always have something defensively with Aaron Donald that gives the Seahawks trouble.
Yeah.
I think the Cardinals are a one-dimensional team like the Seahawks. I think the Cardinals are really troubled defensively. We watched them yesterday give up a lot of yards and a lot of points to the Dolphins and Tua, but they can really throw it. They've got Andre Hopkins, and they've got Kyler Murray, and they've got a lot of tools to really expose a bad pass defense like the Seahawks. They already did once. My sense is they'll do it again in a few weeks. I don't sense that the 49ers will be a tough match the second time around with all the guys that they've got out. So, yeah, they're going to play the Giants. They're going to play the Jets. They're going to play the Redskins. There are some soft points. So I don't think the issue here is, will the Seahawks make the playoffs?
Oh, yeah, they're going to make the playoffs.
The issue is, A, will they win the division? And B, if they do win the division, are they going to be a football team that can win 2 or 3 really hard games to get to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
And at this stage of the game, can they beat the Giants, Jets, Redskins, maybe Rams, maybe the Cardinals a second time here? Yeah, they can win all those games. Can they win 2 or 3 tough ones in the play? Can they beat Tom Brady, who stunk last night? But can they beat Tom Brady? Can they beat the Green Bay Packers? Can they win 2 or 3 toughies, beat Aaron Rodgers on the way to the Super Bowl? That's going to be the question that we're going to ask until those games are played. And the answer, as it was yesterday, is they're just not good enough defensively to be able to beat those teams.
Mitch,
and
will they?
Yeah.
And you're right. I mean, you look at Aaron Rodgers, you look at Drew Brees, you look at the premier quarterbacks, because I feel like I don't think we're going to face another Josh Allen this season, and I feel like he was key. He played one of his best games all season, and he gave us a lot of trouble because he made some great plays happen when he should have been down, and we know what that's like having Russell as a quarterback. Not too sure we're going to see another one of his caliber this season in the regular season, which makes me feel a little better. But yeah, in the playoffs, you are going to see great caliber quarterbacks. The question is this: have people come up with a defense with peppering the hell out of Russell that Russell can't be better than those quarterbacks? Because that's the only way we're going to win. Is Russell's got to be better than those quarterbacks, because our defense isn't going to get it done. But Russell's got to be better than Aaron. It's got to be better than Drew. Have they found a way to keep Russell from being better, or will we make the adjustment?
No, I don't think you have to worry about that. I think Russell will be great, and he's got great receivers in DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett and others, David Moore, and he's got an offensive line, despite yesterday's performance, is playing better, and you'd think that they'd get Chris Carson. But remember, they tried to play yesterday without their top 2 running backs, and the Bills knew that, hey, we're not worried about DJ Dallas beating us. We'd worry about Chris Carson, but we're not going to worry about DJ Dallas. So I think the offense for the Seahawks will be just fine. And he'll be great, like he always is, most of the time.
Yeah.
And that's the key, right, BJ? Most of the time. What happens when he's not great?
Yeah.
Can they win a game where he's not great? The really good teams, if you go to the AFC, can the Chiefs win when Mahomes is not great? Well, I don't know, but he seems to be great every week. Can the Pittsburgh Steelers win when Ben Roethlisberger's not great? The Seahawks don't seem to be able to win when Russell Wilson is just, remember, he threw for 390 yards yesterday.
Yeah,
He wasn't chopped liver yesterday. He did turn the ball over a couple times and he threw it away. And one time it was on 4th down and they were going to give the ball up anyway. So he tried something that he wouldn't normally try because it was 4th down and he got it intercepted. He threw the ball. They had 390 yards passing yesterday, right?
Yeah, and I forgot if it was Brock Hewitt. It was really fun, by the way, to hear Brock Hewitt doing a game. That was really, in the NFL. If you've been following Brock's career in broadcasting, I thought it was really awesome. I don't know if he said this or somebody else, but he said that somebody said that this version of the Seahawks reminds you of not last year's version, but the previous year's version of the Kansas City Chiefs, where they had great offense but no defense. And people are making that comparison. Do you believe that to be true? The year before Chiefs, you think we're kind of like that?
I don't remember that Chiefs team. Yeah. They look. They don't have a lot of defense. The question is, can they get better on defensively? I think the Seahawks have enough good defensive players. We've gone through this over and over again.
Right.
I think the Seahawks have enough good defensive players to be better than they were yesterday. Now, again, Shaq Griffin didn't play. They didn't have their nickel quarter, Amadi. He didn't play. And so they need to have their guys. But I truly believe they have enough talent to be better than they're playing. I'm watching teams play defense much better than the Seahawks with much inferior names than the Seahawks.
You're giving me hope. You see, like I said at the beginning, you've given me some hope, Mitch Levy. And by the way,
I don't know.
I mean, that's hope. That's something. If you want to catch all the info, Mitch is going to obviously has broken this down on the latest podcast, the Mitch Unfiltered, which you can get at MitchUnfiltered.com. Also, anywhere you get podcasts.
So, Mitch, the next game is against the Rams.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
Oh, now we're hearing from the true expert. We're hearing from the true expert now.
Yeah.
So we got to text us, Mitch, what do you think about the Rams coming off the bye week and then also having a game against them at home? What do you think the odds are for the Seahawks?
I think that the Rams are a good football team. I don't think they're a great football team. I think that they'll be just fine. I think the Seahawks coming off the loss will be just fine. I've got a restless dog in a room that's been closed on me. I apologize.
What's your dog's name?
Misty, a brand new dog. They closed the door on me, and so she's barking, and I'm stuck. So, I think the Seahawks are going to be okay against the Rams. I don't trust Jared Goff. I think he's got some good receivers. I think the guy that really worries me when you talk about the Rams is Aaron Donald. And he's always given the Seahawks a hard time. He's the best defensive player in the NFL, and they've got to find a way to keep him under control. If they keep 99 under control, they'll beat the Rams to get to 7-2, and we'll be feeling a lot better come Monday morning, and my dog won't be barking.
There we go. Perfect. MitchUnfiltered.com. Go check it out. Mitch, always good talking to you, buddy.
Thank you, guys. Sorry about the dog. Thank you.
No worries.
No worries. We actually like the dog.
I think we needed that.
I want to see if we can just get the dog to talk to us next week, actually.
Well, if the Seahawks win, then the dog's good luck.
That's a good point. That is Mitch. If they win, you've got to have the dog on every broadcast. That's what we got to do.
I can arrange that. I can arrange the little puppy to be a lot better than I was this morning.
Perfect.
Let's put it that way.
Well, you gave me hope, Mitch. You said you weren't going to be able to do it, but you know what? You came back. You gave me hope. You make me think we're going to get a W next Sunday. Hey, you know what? Hey. And by the way, that's the short week for us after next Sunday, because then we get the Thursday night game with the Cardinals, right? I think am I right about that? Yeah, so
you're right about that.
Yeah,
you're right about. Let's take care of the Rams first. Can we take care of the Rams first before we have to worry about the dog and the Cardinals?
I'm just saying, it's this next week. This next week's going to be a bit of a we got to do it. That's all I'm saying. All right. Mitch Levy, MitchUnfiltered.com. The Foo Fighters, how about this? They just announced they're going to have a new record out next year called Medicine at Midnight. Going to drop on February 5th.
They played the new song on Saturday Night Live this past weekend, which was awesome.
Yeah, and if you didn't hear that, well, how about the Radio.com premiere of the brand new Foo Fighters song, It's Shame, Shame on the Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. What's the difference between filing for bankruptcy and credit counseling?
Credit counseling is a useful process in some circumstances, but it does show up on your credit. In fact, from a credit scoring standpoint, credit counseling shows up just like a bankruptcy, so it's going to affect your credit as negatively as filing bankruptcy. In credit counseling, the idea is that a credit counselor works with your creditors on your behalf to try to lower interest rates or work out payment plans with your creditors to pay back your debt over time. In credit counseling, you almost always pay back 100% of the debt, sometimes at lower interest. And of course, some creditors will participate in that process and some won't. So you're usually left with kind of a mixed result with credit counseling and, of course, a high payment.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
New on Curiosity Stream. Nobody said parenting was easy. A psychologist observes real caught-on-tape family moments and helps parents apply simple rules for happier homes on Kids and Instruction Manual. And one of the most well-known images in art history, the Scream, has been stolen numerous times, and it's not alone. Join the hunt for history's missing masterpieces on Raiders of the Lost Art. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.